All right, yay. This is week number 5. I cannot believe it's been 5 weeks that we've been doing this. So every Friday for the past 5 weeks, we have been meeting around 1 o'clock Central, online Zoom, and we invite anyone who wants to come. We have featured light workers each week who share their gifts. And so we are so happy to have some incredibly beautiful light workers here. A couple of new ones will be sharing their light today as well. Hello, Christy, so glad to have you. And so each is going to share some beautiful wisdom. We'll have each person introduce themselves. We have a couple of light dancers out there that are going to be jumping on a little late, but they will introduce themselves when they come on. And I am trying to do all the behind the scenes at the same time that I'm talking. So if I feel a little distracted right now, it's because I'm trying to get all of our light workers online here. Okay. So if you're new to our gatherings of light, welcome, welcome. You may have heard about us through the creative healing community that Johanna Gardner runs. You may have heard about us through the Honoring the Sisterhood beautiful thread that's on Facebook. Maybe you are part of an online group with one of these other beautiful light workers and you heard about us in that way. So in whatever way you found us, know that divinely your soul was called here today for the beautiful light and the upliftment that is here for you. And we will continue doing these gatherings of light on Friday at 1, at least through the end of this month. And then we'll see what happens after that. But this is a way that we can share our light, raise everyone's frequency, help everybody to stay in a place of at least neutrality so that we uplift ourselves out of the fear as we move through this interesting time of awakening on the planet. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Linda Galvan, and I love bringing together groups of bright light and then sharing that light. So that's what we're doing today. We're just sharing our light. We are uplifting people with our beautiful moments of wisdom and our tools, hoping you walk away with some blessing or some shift in you that you needed today. So if there is something that you're bringing that's of a struggle for you at the moment, just set the intention in your heart that you're going to allow it to release. Many of us are processing for the collective right now. There's a lot moving. And so a lot of us are empaths, whether we're aware of it or not. And so we're feeling a lot for all of humanity at this moment. So we're going to be moving some energy today through the different gifts that these beautiful light workers are giving us. And that will help you to really feel supported and loved and know that you don't have to carry it alone. And that in many cases you can let it go. You can put it down. So let me, okay, I just made Gwendolyn a co-host. Okay, sorry, I'm doing some stuff on the back end right now. Okay, so why don't we say, let's see, I'm just making sure I've got everybody here. Yes, y'all are all here. So let's see, who would like to start and introduce themselves as far as the light workers that are here?
I would love to, Linda. Could that be okay?
Yes, perfect.
Hi, everyone. It's so nice to see everyone here today. I know there are a lot of different ways we can spend our time, so I just want to honor everyone for choosing to spend some of it here with us all today. I am a spiritual healer and oracle. I live and work out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, which is right outside of Charleston, and I am passionate about helping people find their inner guidance and act from that empowered place in the world. And I do that through working with several different modalities, including energy healing, oracle guidance, and working with essential oils as well. And what has been on my heart this week that I wanted to share with all of you is I've really been thinking about whether I'm coming from a place of reaction or responsiveness in my daily life, in my interactions with myself, with my family, and with whatever wider community that I'm interacting with at the moment. To give you an example of what the difference between those two things might look like, when you're in reaction, your body tenses up, you feel stuck in places, and you're not able to move forward with ease and grace. And when you're coming from a place of responsiveness, you still feel all the same emotional responses that you would have felt in the reaction phase, but you're able to process it with more love and centeredness through your heart. And it allows us all to find a better way forward. So in particular, for me this week, I've been working with the reaction of rigidity, of feeling my way through when anything comes up. Am I reacting to it with rigidness, or am I responding to it with flexibility? And so as I've discovered this for myself, I thought it might be fun for us as a circle today to do a tool together that is one of my favorite tools that I go to over and over again, and it's Om chanting. So we have an ability to draw in and manifest what we do want more of. So since I want more flexibility, that's what I would offer in an Om chanting circle. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar with Om chanting, Om is the sound seed of creation. It is the original sound of the universe and God and all that is. And by chanting Om, we allow ourselves to have a direct connection with the God self that we all are. And by claiming our intention of what we do want, we're allowing ourselves the possibility of bringing that in more fully. So what I wanted to do with all of you today, I think we have time to do this, Linda, is I was gonna invite all of you in chat to think about reaction versus responsiveness, and maybe what came up for you this week. Where were you finding that reaction, that theme of reaction, and where were you finding yourself moving into responsiveness? And I would love for us to offer in the responsiveness. So for me, what I want to offer into our circle is flexibility. So if there's anything any of you want to offer into our circle for responsiveness, I would love to then lead us through just a few minutes of Om chanting all together so we can all hear each other's voices and we can kind of harmonize together a little bit. And I'm seeing some responsiveness thoughts come in from different people. And Terra is saying patience, and Africa is saying being open to all ideas. Tina is saying anchoring is the word I am getting, anchoring our grace-filled self. Love it. Any other shares? Perfect. And probably many of you have Om chanted before, but I wanted to just very briefly describe it, because what it does is it stimulates our vagus nerve, which oversees our entire body. So it allows us to access a sense of well-being and relaxation. It calms everything down in our whole central nervous system. So it helps us get from fight into relaxation, into peace, all with our own breath. So it's amazing. And some of you may be familiar with the term dantian. There's a lower dantian, the middle dantian, and the upper dantian. And as you produce the sound or create the sound Om for yourself, you will feel that Om travel all the way up the central channel of your body. And it's just really simple. So are there any questions about Om chanting before we open the mics and do it all together? We're all good. Okay. So would it be okay if we did this together, if we Om chanted together for 2 minutes? Would that be good? Okay, perfect. So I am, since we're all pros here, I'm gonna just go ahead and unmute us all, and I'll keep time for 2 minutes, and then we'll gift ourselves this energy that we're creating together. And now I just invite you all to rub your hands together and gift yourself some of this energy that you just helped create. This loving energy can follow along your central channel and pause at each of your chakra centers, all the way down to your feet, including your knees and your legs. And doing that a second time. And a final third time. And just know that Om chanting is something you can do by yourself, and it is even more fun in groups of people. And that's what I wanted to share with you all today. So thank you.
Thank
Are there
you.
any questions? Yeah. And if there are any questions, just let me know.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Carmen. That's a great way for us to start and get ourselves all humming together and in resonance. So thank you so much for that. That was beautiful. So let's see here. We're going to continue introducing. So let's see here. Who would like to go next? Just of the light workers who would like to introduce themselves. Just unmute yourself and introduce.
Hi everyone, my name's Africa. I'm excited to be here today and excited to share in that beautiful Om. I've actually never done that before, so that was great. Other chanting, but never that, so that was a nice experience for me. I'm glad everyone is here and that Linda is hosting this every Friday for a while. We'll see when that closes down, but for now, I'm kind of in this moment and relishing this moment because, frankly, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be alive at this time. It's a beautiful thing to see and be part of this transitioning that's happening. So I have talked to some of you guys before, and speaking of transitions, mainly I'm a business coach, and I work with spiritual entrepreneurs and help them have a bigger impact and higher profit without all the hustle, because I am a believer that things should not be overwhelming. And myself, I see that I'm coming up on the next evolution of what I'm doing. So, and it's more of what I've been doing, I guess, maybe a sharper focus. So still helping entrepreneurs, of course, but really going deeper on the spiritual side with them. so that I can help them connect what they're doing deeper into our spirituality as, you know, we all make this transition. And I'm excited. It's been a lot of fun looking in and seeing how those things are changing and sharing more of the probably somewhat strange, I guess I still feel they're a little strange, esoteric thoughts that I have with the group. So, but the main underlying piece is helping to shift the economic paradigm. And I really believe only spiritual entrepreneurs, spiritual people can do that, so that we can kind of, lack of a better word, make things clean again, make things clean, giving this a whole new playing field. And we have a way to, a real way to do that using this power, this energy wave that's floating through right now, that's turning everything else on its head. This is our time to make that shift. So that's who I am. Thanks, Linda.
Thank you, Africa. Beautiful. All right, let's see here. Who else is here? I see Terra. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Terra McDonald, and I've been a coach for about 21 years. I do a lot of guiding and mentoring, but for the last 15 years, I've done craniosacral therapy as well. And I really feel like it's about the alignment. So a lot of what I'm working with is helping people align within themselves and also align with the earth. In many different ways. So I utilize the cranial work, constellation work, some shamanic tools that I've gained over the years, a number of different things. So I would say, and the other thing that I really bring in is play, singing, movement, those kinds of things. And I really agree, as this is a time to take all those tools. I feel like, you know, many of us are tool gatherers too, and we've got all these tools, and now we're in this time where we have access to those tools, and we can actually really help bring in the light into this new place that we're being called into. We were talking the other day, and midwife has been coming up a lot, that word, and it's an opportunity to midwife what's being birthed within ourselves, within our families, our communities, and the world. So I'm just really excited about that too, and feeling really grateful for what you're doing here, Linda and Gwendolyn, and just being here with all of you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Terra.
And if we have time, at some point, I do have a song that I would love to share before we're finished, because I think that helps. It's back with the vagus nerve, that breathing and working with balancing out our nervous systems. And that's really what one of the tools that I'm finding has been really helpful, is just bringing coherence and congruence to my whole nervous system. And so thank you for the oming.
Yes, absolutely, Terra. As soon as we're done with introductions, then we'll do a second round where all of the light workers who want to can share a specific tool. So it would be beautiful to share a very wonderful, uplifting song. Something
that we can all sing.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. Thank you, Terra. All right, let's see here. Who else is here? Who are my other light workers? Tina, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, Linda. Hi, how's everyone doing today? It is so good to be here. This is our time, everyone. Are we excited or what? Some of us have been long awaiting this time, and some of us are newly awakened to the time. And my role has been mainly with creativity. Throughout the years, I've been an artist since I can remember, but I've also offered a collage as a tool to help awaken other people's creativity. And we're all creative beings that we forget about. We have either disregarded our creative essence, or we have shut it down for some reason. Well, this new time that we're in is being authentic with who we really are. And so that is a crucial open valve that we need to reawaken. And so it can be done so with song, like Terra was saying, with sound, like Carmen just did, but we can also do it with art. And so that's something that I offer every Wednesday. And it's an opportunity, not just even if you're not an artist, but it's an opportunity to just redefine how creative you are. That's what this pause is about. And so I'm excited about this time and seeing where it will take us, because everyone in every field will be needing to be creative in a new way. And that is awesome. So this is something that I like to offer. And on top of that, to the grounding in the body, the anchoring, the balancing of the nervous system, because we're going through such an intense birthing. I do Kundalini yoga that includes sound healing as well, chanting, and the Gong, which I have a heart gong. So a lot of what I've done in the world has been opening the heart and bringing grace into the heart, which is really who we really are. So it's not really bringing in, it's just letting out what is already in you. So we're shedding a lot and we're opening. So it's collage, it's grounding, it's sound, and being who we fully are in the world. And I'm really excited to be able to be part of this awakening and connecting with all of you. Thanks, Linda.
Yes, beautiful, Tina. Thank you so much. And I think, Gwendolyn, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, I'm Gwendolyn Terra, and I love being in circles. I like introducing myself again and again. It's kind of this ongoing dance. I often say what I'm very focused on is this idea of soul embodiment. How do we live our spirituality through our humanity? My website's Divine Movements. And I do this through movement and embodiment practices, awareness tools, constellation tools. I also teach people these practices. So I work with people and help them learn how to bring these practices out in the world. And the other title I've given myself is Mystic Muse. And that's like my fun title, because I love to do this all through play, through dancing and creativity. And I really love bringing the spirituality, like by embodying it, that means it's actually coming out in our creativity. And we're a circle of creatives and tool gatherers and midwifers. I feel like I come alive in the transitions. So this time feels very actually calming to me in a strange way. Like other people can feel the thing and it's overall calming, although I just had an interaction earlier that showed that my control stuff was up. Because that protective control thing about your child that comes in. And this was the day I was in labor 17 years ago. I had 24 hours. I had 36 hours of labor. So I started the 16th, went all the way through the 17th and gave birth on the 18th. So I'm just real aware, like, that there's body memories that we carry and there's things that we know. And that was an intense day for me personally. So I don't know, 17th of April has some magic. And I feel like the joy of seeing, new friends and friends I've known for years in this circle right now, and this collective field that we're creating as light workers, and then all of you gathering with us and those that are watching it. I really love what we create when we do this together. So I love to do creative stuff, and I especially like to lead dances and movement practices and constellations where we're doing it together, because it actually makes it like so much more shifts and moves, and even supportive energy comes in, and there's so much less efforting, which I think is at the core of this time, is that as we actually learn to lean into each other, we're actually going to be able to create a lot more with more ease. And I think we've been scared of letting go because we thought we were going to have to do it by ourselves. And we were talking about this, and we had this great circle yesterday kind of gathering, but we've, in the birthing process, if we knew that there was a community holding us through it and to help us out with all the new, and that we're all doing this together. It reminds me of when, you know, I was a mom with a little one and I played with other moms with little ones and we just found our way. You know, there's something, it's just more fun. And it's interesting to have that and have this moment that we're gathering. At the same time, we've all been asked to like step back more and, you know, be with ourselves. Although I feel like the ripeness is here. Like there's kind of an energy of like, I'm ready to start interacting more, you know? You know, it's like, and it's going to be happening in our country, I believe. It's like, well, yes, we're pausing and we can still be careful, but we're not going to isolate. And the other thing is the divine movement. I just love sharing the magic, right? Like we're all part of this creative flow and getting to share it together, how things show up, the magic, even the circle of people that are here. Are in Africa did a reading for me. I just have to share, this is so cute. Africa did a reading for me, her astrology reading on Wednesday. And we were talking, and she's actually thought about coming to Ashland, this little small town I live in Oregon. And I had taken my car in the day before to get work done, but I took it to the Acura dealership because it had been in an accident, and that's where I ended up talking to the repair shop. So I have a Toyota, and it's an old Toyota, and I took it to the Acura dealership, and I just happened to be getting a reading with her, and her husband had just applied to that same Acura dealership months ago in Ashland on the day I'm going to go pick up my car, where, by the way, because they have extra time on their hands, they detailed my car like it was an Acura, my old Camry, for no extra. It gave me a coupon, and I was having to get all the brake stuff done, all the tires. It's been a big thing. It's all my, and I told him that's a lot of, you know, money at the moment. So they did all this extra. This team of 3 guys all did all this stuff. So it was just really cool. And it was fun because I got this great reading from Africa, who was reminding me to step up and step out in my leadership and step up in my magic, which I needed to hear at that moment. And all day long, everything just was like outstandingly good. Things just kept showing up and stuff like that. But that's the kind of magic that we live in, that we can schedule a reading with someone and that they can be connected to the Acura dealership we're going to that day. And as I say often to my daughters, like, you can't write this shit sometimes. It's so amazing how life is actually working for us. And I'm saying that because even right now, it's so working for us, right? There's something happening that I just want to speak to, because it's like, there's so much magic. And I was talking about the birthing, but so much magic happens with a baby and with the creation and all that energy. So I'm just like, you know, wanting to let that be heard and seen, because we've been in pullback mode and there's still a lot of grief happening, which is true. And there's a lot of magic too. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Gwendolyn, for that beautiful intro. And we have another beautiful light worker on. She's going to be holding space today. I just want to mention her name, Shirley Norwood. She is a beautiful being of light. So she's going to be holding a beautiful heart space for all of us today. So I just want to acknowledge her presence and that she is going to be holding that space in the background. And so thank you, Shirley. And I forgot to introduce myself, so I'll do that right now. My name is Linda Galvan, and I live right outside of Austin, Texas. I have been doing spiritual intuitive type of work for the past 10 years. The work has obviously evolved over these 10 years, and now I do a lot of transformational type work with women. I love working with groups of people. I love bringing people together to create and play. I've gone through my own transformation of letting go of this working hard and instead playing hard so that we can shift into this place where, if we're called light, you know, I want to change it from a light worker to a light player. So I really feel we're in a time right now where we're wanting to really move more into the play of what we do. So my work has very much been about helping women realign to the truth, to their authenticity, getting out of the stuckness that they've been in, to open to their gifts and giving their gifts in the world in that bigger way, like stepping up, stepping out type of work. So I've been having to go through that evolution myself, so that then I could help others do the same. One of the really important themes that is actually beginning to come up right now, that's a real important part of the work that I do, is that it's about this whole dark night of the soul that's happening for many on the planet. And this whole dark night of the soul is part of the awakening process. So as a collective, we're kind of going through that right now, that kind of transition time during birth when things get really dark and you wonder if you're going to make it through. For those of you who have ever birthed a child or birthed a project, there's this moment where you're wondering if it's even going to happen or not, right? And so we're kind of in that space right now. And so a lot of the work that I do is I help people get through that and step into their light and give their gifts in the world. And I do that in a lot of different ways through a lot of different tools, just like everyone else here on the call. And I know some of you who are here on the call are also light players as well, and you hold lots of beautiful, amazing energy. So I just want to acknowledge that and know that these gatherings of light that we do really, truly send waves of higher frequency out into the collective. So if your soul was called to be present today, I want to thank you and honor you for being here, for allowing your light to shine. So I'm going to kind of start us off with the gift that I want to give today. And then the rest of the practitioners can then share their gifts. So I am a grace channel as part of what I do, and I do a lot of transmutation of energy. So there is a transmission download coming in right now that is going to help all of us be able to raise our frequency and keep it there by clear intention in order to assist us not to be affected by some of the not so high vibration energy that's floating around at the moment. So there's been an interesting message coming through that the more we can hold this beautiful higher frequency of truth that we actually are, the quicker we're going to move through some of this process personally and then as a collective. And we're going to do it with more gentleness. We're going to do it with more peace. So I'm just inviting in this intention of more gentleness, more peace, that as we transition, as we move into these higher states of frequency, as we really allow the Aquarian Age to fully birth at this time, we hold these beautiful, divine, flowing, peaceful frequencies that really assist everyone around us, our family members, our strangers, wherever we go in the world, whether we're in line at the grocery store to get toilet paper or whatever we're doing, that we're just those emanations, right, of that light. And so there's been an interesting message that's been coming through about how when we connect to Mother Earth and allow that earth energy to flow into us, at the same time that we connect to Divine Spirit and allow that energy to flow through us, when we have both the frequencies of earth and spirit here together in our bodies, and we are with intention connecting all of that through us, honoring that we're both in a human body and we are divine, eternal, spiritual, sovereign beings, both at the same time, and we allow that to integrate, then we can more naturally hold that frequency that actually assists us to move through the world right now and in the near future with more ease, more grace, more flow. And we literally open to frequencies of opportunity that wouldn't be present otherwise. So the invitation today through what I'm going to gift is that I'm going to help to open this, okay, and help us to anchor this in, these frequencies of earth and heaven into us, because we're literally bringing, you know, heaven on earth at this time. And so we want to just walk through this process. I'm just going to tune in and see what wants to come through. And so for you, it's about just surrendering and allowing these frequencies to flow through you, to anchor in and set the intention to say yes, like saying yes to all of this, so that you can be that beautiful emanation of light on the planet while you're still here in a physical body. So no need to ascend and leave your body to do this like we used to in centuries past. So let's begin. I'm going to start by just asking everyone to take some slow, deep breaths. And if you feel guided, placing one or both hands on your heart. And as you breathe in, just feeling the rise of your chest as you take in the light, you take in the life through this life breath, just breathing that in. And then as you exhale, just releasing, letting go, surrendering, feeling what it feels like to softly let go. And then as you inhale again, inhaling, taking in as much of life as you can. Just taking as much of it in. And then as you exhale, exhaling as much as you can, just really deeply releasing. So as you breathe with this consciousness, with this state of consciousness, I want you to now focus on your feet. So bring all your attention down to the bottoms of your feet. And I want you to imagine you're in a beautiful place in nature. And imagine you're barefoot on Mother Earth. And you can feel Mother Earth. She loves you. She's sending you her beautiful vibes. And I want you to imagine roots growing out your feet into the earth, really allowing yourself to really anchor into Mother Earth, growing your roots through her flesh, through her soil, all the way down to the very center of her. And when you get to the center of Mother Earth, you can imagine a beautiful heart of light right in the center, maybe a crystal heart. However you want to imagine that beautiful center of Mother Earth, and wrap your roots around her center, her heart, and feel yourself being held and honoring that you are in a physical body at this time on this earth. You're just honoring, yes, I am here now in a physical body, and I'm anchoring myself and honoring that physical aspect of me by connecting to Mother Earth right now with my intention. And as you anchor into Mother Earth with your roots, you can feel her heart beating. And as her heart beats, it sends you a beautiful flow of life force energy up your roots, into your feet, feeling that beautiful pulse of light from Mother Earth. It just begins to gently flow up your legs into your womb space, or the energy below your belly button, the lower dantian, just feeling that energy in that part of your body. And then allowing that light to keep rising into the heart, and imagining your heart energy expanding open into the room you're in or wherever you are at this time. And then continue to let that beautiful light from Mother Earth rise right out the top of your head to connect to that divine light 300 feet above you. And as you connect to this luminous cloud of light above you, you can imagine it in whatever way you wish. In this place now, we're just going to invoke grace. We're going to invoke the highest frequency of grace. And I want you to imagine that this beautiful luminous cloud of light above you is actually sending you this beautiful golden energy of grace coming down your crown, through the center of your body, spreading to every cell in your body. And then letting this beautiful grace energy, I see it as a golden energy, but you might see it as a different color, and that works too. Let this beautiful energy expand even beyond your physical body into the energy layers that you are, so that you are a beautiful golden being floating in this beautiful golden energy of divine grace. And we just want this beautiful vibration of grace to flow through all of you, all dimensions and spaces of you, from all timelines, the here and now, the before, the after, just allowing this beautiful grace to actually ooze into all of your DNA strands, letting grace surround you, even at the most atomic level. Letting yourself be surrounded with this divine higher frequency, along with this beautiful energy of earth. So it is actually this beautiful alchemy happening at this time, this alchemy of earth and spirit flowing through you, in you, feeling this beautiful frequency of your truth, letting it anchor in your heart, and really feeling the truth of you. You are divine, eternal, sovereign being in a physical body at this time. You are powerful. You can access this beautiful divine frequency of grace and light at the same time that you can move your physical body on this earth and take those inspired actions that divine spirit flows through you. So just feeling that beautiful frequency, that alchemy of the beautiful earth energy and this beautiful higher energy of spirit and grace here. And in this beautiful place of this frequency, set an intention for this time now. Set a personal intention for yourself. Listen to your heart. What is that intention? Allowing that blessed intention to become reality this year for you. Whatever it is, allowing yourself to have it, allowing yourself to receive that intention deeply through every cell of your being. So just breathing that in, placing your hands again on the heart. And just to ground this in one more time, I just want you to each say out loud, I am here now. I am here now by choice. I am here now by love. I am here now by choice and by love. Claiming your sovereignty, claiming your truth, claiming this higher frequency that transcends above any lower 3D frequencies right now that may be pulling people into story that doesn't serve. So allowing yourself to remain in this beautiful space of your truth in every moment. And I just set a higher intention that all of these powerful frequencies that we truly are stay consistent and anchored in no matter what's going on in our outside world. So just breathing that in and feeling the beautiful divine circle of light that is all around us right now. All those beautiful beings of light from the angelic realms, the archangel realms, the beautiful beings of light that come from the cosmic realms, all of these beautiful, unconditionally loving beings of light that are right now supporting each of you on your journey at this time. No one is alone. So just feel the presence of this love. And in this moment, just say yes. And as you say yes out loud, your beautiful spirit team is going to step in a step closer into your energy field with your permission to help raise your vibration and hold you in this higher state so that those lower frequencies can begin to dissolve with grace, with ease, so that you can begin to feel the deeper peace that is here for you. So as you say yes, just know that each of your spirit teams is stepping in to support you right now out of love, pure unconditional love. They're just here to support you and remind you of the truth. You are divine, you are powerful, you are sovereign, you are filled with light, and you are here on the planet at this time, and you are serving a mission, whether you know it or not. You are. And so just claiming that in this moment, taking some more slow, deep breaths, feeling the love, the light that is here, the joy, the bliss, the peace that is here for you, and allowing whatever wants to move, let it move through you. Just let it move through you. Release it out the bottom of your feet or the crown of your head, and just let whatever no longer serves, just keep letting it move and letting it go as you remain in this beautiful, conscious circle of sacred light, knowing that you are a sacred being, that you matter, your frequency matters, your heart matters, who you are on the earth right now absolutely matters. So just breathing that in. And then when you feel ready, you can just gently begin to open your eyes and come present here in the circle, holding that beautiful frequency of light, allowing it to be here. And I'm going to open up the circle for whoever feels, whatever Lightworker feels they are being called to offer their gifts next. Africa, would you like to go next?
Yeah, it was so beautiful. I've been having a lot of things come in around sovereignty, personal, financial, and spiritual sovereignty. And one of the things I literally wrote in my journal this morning, so I'm just going to share this really quick and then I'm going to give what I have to offer, is I know that I know that I know I'm divinely and deeply supported in all the things. And so that's something I as you were talking, it rang back true in my mind to share that with y'all today. Earlier today, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to offer. Last week, I pulled an oracle card to serve as kind of a mantra. Of course, I kind of gave y'all my mantra that I wrote this morning, but let me pull a card for that. And then I also saw to pull a card for an archetype. So I wanted to do both of those things. Let's see what's going to come through. Relationships are assignments for optimal growth and healing. So I love this ties into what Carmen was talking about earlier. How are you interacting in relationships? Are you responding? Are you reacting? What's going on? Relationships are assignments for optimal growth and healing. And there's a lot happening in relationships now. As I've been doing readings over the last couple of weeks, of course, things are happening just in a way where we're shedding things away. Other things are coming forward to be birthed. Lots of ideas flowing through, let's just be honest, out there. And in between all of that, we're having to deal with our relationships in different ways. From our relationships with our friends and family, who we might not be able to go and touch the way that we'd like to, right? To our relationships with coworkers and colleagues, and even others in the community, like Linda was talking about, as you're in the grocery store buying toilet paper, we're renegotiating how we're interfacing in all these different relationships. So yeah, we have a lot of growth going on right now in those. I want to go ahead and pull archetype card because I think we're going to be start playing again with archetypes more. So I wanted to see what was going to come through there. I pulled out another deck. I don't know that I'm going to use it, but there's this thing I talk about, the effervescent magic of flow, which is all about being ready to receive. We get so much in the doing and that we don't necessarily take time for the being and being in that receptive mode. You know, that's one of the things I was so grateful to learn from Linda, is the feminine art of presence, being in that receptive mode and kind of letting that magic flow through. And it's when I get in that receptive mode, there's something so yummy, creative, childlike about that magic in some ways. And so I say all that because I pulled this card, which is child magical. The light attributes being seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. I feel like a lot of people are reigniting those beliefs, like they're reawakening to things that they thought they could do when they were younger, or they could see when they were younger, but then thought, oh no, that's not for me, that's not real. And all of those things are coming back through again with this wave of energy that's just kind of flowing over us. The shadow attributes are pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So, yeah, don't get me wrong when I say being in flow doesn't mean that you're doing nothing. There's those divine nudges that you get when you're in flow that make the action so much easier. It makes it easeful. I think Linda was talking about easeful earlier. But when I look around, I do see right now, right, the shadow attributes, the pessimism, the depression, that this can't be happening to me, and all those things. And I always have believed that light, if you're that beacon of light, you can shine brighter and brighter and brighter. And eventually other people they'll ignite inside their souls, their light to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. And all those shadow things, all the pessimism, depression, etc., can kind of melt away in a way that's easier than trying to run up people with torches and pitchforks, right? We could just shine, like Linda was talking, we can just emanate the light that needs to be there. So I want to invite everyone to step into that magical part of themselves, which is not something that might be all that difficult for the folks that are here to step into that magic. But just remembering that magic is really about receptivity, about receiving, being in flow, those divine nudges, and know that everything happens. And for a reason that everything is beautiful if you take a time to look. Just look at it from a different vantage point. So that's what I wanted to share today, Linda. And to say there's several of you on here I've given readings to, and if that's something that anyone else wants, I'm still doing this. So if you want to kind of get in touch with your own magic that was written at the time of your birth and the stars for you, let me know.
Beautiful, Africa. Thank you for that. I love that. The child magic, and then also all the stuff coming up with relationship. Those are very prominent in the energy right now. So thank you for sharing that. All right. So Tina? Okay.
I just am grateful for everything that's been said, because I kept hearing shedding and anchoring in my morning meditation as really important. And I think what you're seeing with others, and even in ourselves, because I can attest to that, is as we're shedding something that's really hard to let go of, there's often a deep love underneath it that maybe we get confused about. For example, can I love someone who is going through a different part of this grief process or awakening process? And can I open my heart, talk about relationship, can I open my heart in a bigger way? And I think bringing in the grace, bringing in the ease, bringing in the knowing of who you really are right now is going to make those relationships a lot easier. Because I think deep down, you never lose the love. And I think that is probably the biggest message to give others who are frightened right now. The love we have will always be there, but it will take a form that it expands, that you can't even imagine. That you can allow someone to go on a different journey, or to watch someone unfold in a way that you hadn't anticipated. And even in yourself, for those of us who thought, I want to live who I truly am, but the time wasn't right, or you didn't give yourself permission. Well, all of that has changed. We can really be who we are. Anchoring that gives others permission to see that their own path. But we can also allow people to go on other creative journeys, that the limitations of our roles and the way our society has been hasn't allowed for that. And so what's beautiful about this is, by allowing our creative selves to really anchor in, by gifting that with our heart out into the world, when we think of others, we can build a whole new world of real beauty and kindness toward one another in relationship. That says, I know what it was like when I couldn't create, or I couldn't be my full self. So I guess my tool today is offering compassion in whatever way you can in this moment right now for the world. For those who can't anchor that yet, who are on their way to anchoring it, but really, really saying, we're going to be there. We're all going to get there together. I was gifted a vision of that many years ago, and probably 19 years ago, that all of us will be at that end party, and we'll be singing probably a song like Terra is going to teach us in a minute. But there's this, no one's going to be left behind in this. So any of those lack beliefs, all of those timelines have shed, which is beautiful. We don't need that anymore. Now we just hold on to this gorgeous love that is alive and vibrant and new and different, in the sense that it's full of ease. There's no restrictions on how this love operates within our bodies now. So feel that. I want you to really feel that beautiful love that's emanating from your heart right now, that's filled with grace and ease. And know that that is going to guide those nudges that Africa talked about. That's going to guide your interactions with people. That's going to guide all of it. It's just going to be so much fun. It's bubbly, it's vibrant, it's exciting, but it's in a way that's grounded in who we already are. There's nothing really, in some ways there's nothing new here, but we're just glowing more. So let that compassion for others right now, if you know of others who are struggling, or maybe imagine your whole city and or a particular person, just right now, just emanate some compassion and love in those directions. It doesn't take away from who you are to do that. Good, yeah. Just give yourself an opportunity to do that each day as we going through this birthing. That no matter where everybody is at, love is the constant. So let the love that is the way you are, the ray of love that is you, which is so beautiful and unique to you, just radiate. Yeah. Wow. Feel that, and feel the ease of that. So it's just fun. And tapping in, as Africa was saying about that inner child, remember who you were when you wanted to create a song, skipping down the road. For me, it was drawing. I always would just pick up a pen and just start doing it. And it was my meditation. So whatever that creative process was for you, I want you to really let that open in your heart. Feel that. Feel the joy that you had. And it was like breathing, wasn't it? I was breathing. You were just being you. That is the time we're in. So we can anchor that for ourselves. And then send compassion for others as they are finding that in themselves. And they will, in their own way, in their own beautiful way. So we honor that. I hold space for creativity like this. So you can explore many different creative tools that come up, but we're opening that valve. We're inviting that in. And you can go in any direction you want. Any direction you want. This is just the beginning. If you want to join me in doing some collage online, I do it on Wednesdays. I'll put the information later and you can connect with me. But know that everything is within you. You've got it all. And there is a difference in how things are moving now. It's just so easy. Let the ease come in. Just enjoy it. Just really enjoy it. Thank you.
Oh, that was beautiful, Tina. Thank you so much for that. It was gorgeous. Okay, let's see. We've got Gwendolyn.
Yeah, so feeling that energy of our child, right? That creative child energy, and allowing it to be here, and feel that child energy here. And then I also invite, in this moment where we've opened up our connection to our frequency and our flow, I want to really invite in our inner parent. And so there's something about when we get to watch others create that has a special magic, and so much of getting to see our child create and grow, feel our own inner parent just witnessing our child right now. Just feeling that energy that Tina just helped draw in. So like just feeling your inner parent, having some time to just see that creative energy and to love it. Yeah, and then also of feeling some compassion for your inner parent right now. And all of its aspects. And all of its story that it's carried, that this is how I parent. This is how we make things safe. This is how we protect and provide and nourish. There's a story of that, and feel the story kind of back behind you a little bit. Like we're in this moment, the story's over there, and we're looking at the inner child, and we're just in this moment, and feel your inner parent and just have some compassion for that part of you as well. She, he, the mother, father aspect is navigating brand new territory and being asked to trust. And just notice if there's anything your inner parent is needing right now. Like you might even feel that aspect sitting right next to you. So there's the child, but feel your parent, and just from this open space, tuned in with ourselves, let's just give our parent some love, right? Because that's here, and that's needing compassion as well. And it's inspired by our creative child. Our child is just like, and the parent needs some love. So if there's anywhere, compassion, it's asking your inner parent right now, is there what is it calling in and asking for right now? And if you want to put it in the chat, you can. But we're just giving it some space. And as we do that grace we called in, that Linda called in, it's here, it's still all around us. And just in this moment, calling in support in a giant circle around us, or whenever you're watching this, feeling some support behind us, behind your inner parent and the child. Like feel the support that's here for all of it. Yeah, the inner parent wants support. Right? There's instinctive ways we protect and do things, and they're wired in deep systemic ways of doing things. So feeling that aspect of us support, understanding, new weavings and connection. And the inner parent might be like, how do I do this? This is new territory. The child is actually the most comfortable in exploring the new. And they're more comfortable based on the parents' relationship, that dynamic, right? So just giving, it's like, like Tina said, seeing some hands, just imagining that your inner parent's actually getting a little bit of touch and massage right now. New weaving and connections. Yeah. Because the inner parent is an aspect of us and our creativity too. How we parent with, how we nourish our creative self. The inner parent needs a break. Yeah, it's a lot. And on the personal level in our world, parents are having to be more active parents right now because children aren't in school. So how do we nourish, our well-being? And all of that. So just giving ourselves compassion. The parents need to get in the sandbox. They need to doodle, right? Allowance, yeah, they need to play. And right now, they can't actually, it's not easy to have your kids with someone else. So think about that. It's like the kids have different needs, right? The kids need to eat. Everyone needs, the parents need to eat. Everyone needs to eat. And it is provided for. And we're having to really learn how to do this in new ways right now. Allowance. Yeah. And some very, very, just like feeling the circle, we're all holding compassion with that aspect of ourselves and each other's. This is new territory. Right? And just feeling that energy of support, like I said, around us, just feeling support come and actually touching the shoulders of your inner parent, just like touching the shoulders. Right? So that they can rest a moment and actually take in the beauty of this time, take in the beauty of their child's creativity coming to life. Actually allowing their own, like you're saying, our own creativity to come to life. And also letting them soften a little bit. Because they've kind of gone through this birthing process. There's like a birthing new one, and then there's the birthing process, and honoring all of it. And sometimes we don't, right? Thank you, Mary, for speaking to it. Sometimes we don't honor the inner parent or the mother or the father, what's being carried and taken care of. And that part of us often needs some support and acknowledgement from ourselves. Right now, we're just taking a moment to go, yeah. And I just invite you to say to that parent, say, yeah, it's a lot for you. That's been a lot for you to carry. Say it out loud. It's a lot for you to carry. Yeah, right? Whew. And noticing where it is in your body and maybe giving it some love, like touching it and just saying, yeah, and saying, I hear you. Right? I hear you. And yes, we know we're in new times and maybe we won't be so sacrificial in this time, but we actually have sacrificed. We have given at times when we didn't have much to give. And so there's something about just loving ourselves right now and all of who we are and who we've actually been. Like we might not have done it as sweetly and nicely as we wanted. We might not have supported our inner child all that time because we were wanting to make sure there was money and food, right? So it's kind of like just allowing some compassion in on this level. Yeah. And like Tina just said, and say to that part of you, say, thank you for what you've carried. Thank you. And the other thing is, in this statement, you're acknowledging your inner parent, inner parents, and your child. And just saying, we're all here now. We're all here now. Wow. Right? Every part of us is included right now. And all of our voices matter. And just feeling that opening. It's like, oh, okay. And that energy we felt at the beginning, feeling the earth and that support energy just be us. It's almost like feel yourself in this moment, but feel the strength of like a tree behind you. Like there's support here. There's vulnerability here and there's support here. And we're here now. And we're also grieving any aspect of ourselves or anyone we've lost. You know, the inner parent really feels what we've lost more. So there's like, just acknowledging that. It's like, yeah, we're here now. And all of that's happened. Yeah. You feel that release and really feel that. You can even say, yes, it happened. Whew. And we're all here now. There you go. So as we do this, really feeling how we're letting ourselves integrate. Often I call the work I do integration constellations, because it's like these are all aspects of ourselves that are touched into our lineage and our family and our systems. And as we do this, we're actually creating some ease. Like we're being this frequency, but we're being this frequency in the systems right now that we're a part of. And this is really precious right now, because as we start to move towards each other and as we look to create with others, there's a respect for both the inner creative child and the magic, right? And the inner parents that have been carrying the child and doing this. And they're like, okay. And there's the compassion for all of the choices that have been made inside for ourselves and for everyone else. Yeah. Yeah. So just breathing that in, just taking a deep breath in and really feeling yourself take in, like Linda was doing the meditation, take in your child energy and take in your inner parent energy. Really feel yourself like with your palms open, just take them in and feel them like here in your body with a little more presence and love, with a little more compassion. And feel how your body can start to relax more because your parents are actually included, right? Because that aspect of us is often what's in protection mode. So to shift out of that and to drop into our bodies, and maybe the parents can have some fun now because they know we're in a circle and that there's some support. Because they actually want to have fun too. Right? And they want to create and play. Yeah, right. Right. Ooh, parents just want to have fun, right? Yeah, and I saw Linda put on the thing. We will be, Linda and I are co-leading Constellation. It's a little later this time on Sunday. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Central and 5 p.m. Pacific. And we're just going to see what parts are here now that need our loving attention. And we're going to use the field and the mystery to support us in that process. And on the personal and in the collective, there's things that are here. We're in new territory, and part of the new territory is that we show up vulnerable and all of us are here. Like there isn't some leader that's above us. We're all in the circle. We all are navigating new things and it's vulnerable and we're trying to figure out how to do this together. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you all for doing that with me.
That was beautiful, Gwendolyn. My inner parent just shed some of its seriousness. But thank you for that. Beautiful. Wow, I'm feeling that energy continue to move. Let's see, Terra, would you like to now share your gift with us?
Would. I just am moved by all of this, and I actually was in labor 22 years ago today as well. My son was born at 7:07, April 17th. So I just have really been feeling some of that. I got emotional a couple of times. And I want to kind of weave a few things that I just have really been pulling me in. And I want to come back to that meditation in the beginning. Because when we find ourselves in this higher frequency, it provides an opportunity for the things that don't match that frequency within us to come up and be released. And so it's actually a really good thing, even if things come up. And so I just was feeling that sense of like the pieces of grief, and you know, the places where we're not integrated. And so this was just such a beautiful weaving. And so I want to just kind of come back to the intention piece. So if everyone could just drop back into their intention from the beginning meditation. And I want you to take your hands and take the intention and bring it to your heart. And just feel what it feels like in your heart. See what your heart has to offer you in regards to this intention. Any wisdom that your heart has. Bringing in that softness and compassion. And then thanking your heart for communicating and sharing. And then taking your hands up to your head. And just tuning in with your head brain. And there's 6th and 7th chakras, this alignment that we have right now. I'm just taking your intention up there and asking what your head brain has for you in regards to this intention that you brought here, to all of the information and transmission, connection, creativity, just letting that inform this intention. Thanking your head brain and coming down to your belly. That instinctual gut brain. And just seeing what it has to offer you, that deep, deep hunger that sits in our gut. Connecting in with your intention. The support. And then bringing your hands back to your heart again and feeling the alchemy of the earth below and the heavens above and your place between here in your body. And just allow for that wisdom to just seep into every nook and cranny your cells, your bones, your tissue, the fluids, your nerves. The holy sacred water of your love, of your being, of your homeness. So much of what we're talking about is, even in relationship, is that this is your first holy sacred relationship. And when we're home and integrated and whole, that's an integrity, and that's your radiance. Taking out all the bends of light and the distortions and the disillusions, and just being a crystal clear pillar. Supported by the earth. And by the heavens. And in the spirit of play, I typed out the words, so I'm going to put them in. This is by Seize the Day. It's an earth chant. So another way to nurture our vagus nerve. Let me copy and paste this in here so you'll have the words. Well, unfortunately, my voice is okay. I'm not like a beautiful singer, but this is such a beautiful song. And if we all sing together, it's going to sound horrible. But it really feels so good to sing. So we'll do a few rounds of it, and I'll just start it off. So
Are the words there?
Yeah, I just put them in the chat. Do you see them? Oh, maybe I didn't push. Maybe I didn't. Hold on a second. Let me go back into chat. Oh, whoops. I sent them to Africa. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right. And I also want to echo, Africa did a reading for me last week too, and it was wonderful. Okay. So it goes like this. Oh, round Mother Earth, bring her into birth, sweet creatress of the night and day. Bring your spirit through, rest our thoughts in you, guide our feet in the natural way. Oh, round Mother Earth, bring her into birth, sweet creatress of the night and day. Bring your spirit through, rest our thoughts in you, guide our feet in the natural way. Oh, round Mother Earth, bring her into birth, sweet creatress of the night and day. Bring your spirit through, rest our thoughts in you, guide our feet in the natural way. Oh, round Mother Earth, bring her into birth, sweet creatress of the night and day. Bring your spirit through, rest our thoughts in you, guide our feet in the natural way. Guide our feet in the natural way.
Terra, that was incredible. I love that. Those words are incredibly beautiful. Thank you. What a beautiful gift. Beautiful. So let's see here. I want to make sure I got all of our light workers who wanted to share today. So I want to just kind of do one more opportunity. So if there's anything that has come up that any of our beautiful light players want to share, just unmute yourself and share if something came up that you want to bring to the group. If there's any questions that people in the group have that they want to present to us or anything along those lines, just type it into the chat. And we are here to do our best to answer those questions. One thing that was coming up when I was singing that song was right now, and we've been hearing this, but I'm just going to reiterate it. It is absolutely critical priority that you find a way to touch nature every single day. Like, even if it's just go put your toe in your backyard, it's very important. Mother Earth, nature really wants to support us and help us right now. And so we have to take that action step. So some way that you can touch nature so that nature can then touch you back is really critical. I just had to repeat that and say that. All right, does anybody else have any wisdom they want to share before we close our light today? Not our light, our circle.
Just a deep gratitude, Linda, for what you bring and for all of us. Yeah, and just acknowledging that people are putting their information in the chat. And I'm just going to say it here too, because sometimes people can't see the chat, I think, in the recording, so I don't know how that works. But yeah, my email is gt@divinemovements.com. And yeah, I love what we feel here right now, like what we've opened, and just such gratitude for each person and that's here. Like, I just almost like it's at the end of a circle or at the end of a dance, there's this energy that we're in right now where we've opened up together. And Terra closed us so beautifully. And so just the invitation to really drink it in a little more, right? To let it actually be here, like in yourself, like giving yourself permission to drink it in a little more, this pause and the energy that's here. Yeah. We did make a beautiful collage, Tina.
And I just want to say thank you to all of these beautiful light dancers in the world. Thank you, Terra, Africa, Tina, Gwendolyn, Carmen, Shirley, who's holding beautiful heart light for all of us right now, and all those other light players out there who couldn't make it on the call today, but who are here sending their light, even in spirit. So thank you to all of them out there. If you yourself are a light dancer, light player out there, and you would like to join our little tribe to offer some gift of some sort in the following Fridays to come through April, just get a hold of me directly. I'm going to type in a moment my email and my phone number into the chat. That way you can just contact me directly to let me know, so that we can invite you to be part of this if there's a gift you want to give. I love the way the energy works on these calls where we literally do gather light. So I just want us all to just see the light that we have gathered. It's immense, it's powerful. I mean, in my third eye, it's like, whoa. And I just want us to just all right now just see that light spread around Mother Earth, and to actually spread out into our beautiful solar system. Let the light spread all the way down into Mother Earth. So we're just allowing this beautiful light that we have gathered. And we're just, with beautiful, loving heart intention, just letting that light spread out. It has no limits. Just letting it spread out and touching all those souls out there that right now need the touch of this beautiful divine light we've created. These gatherings of light do create waves of powerful frequency on the planet for those that right now need that boost. So just allow that light to just keep spreading, touching your friends, your family, those you know right now are struggling and really need that support, strangers, people at your place of work, all of our frontline workers, health workers, just sending love to every hospital, every clinic, every service provider in the health world right now who is giving of their light, their heart, their time, their energy. Just really sending that beautiful light out to let it touch everyone right now that needs it. All those businesses right now that are worried and that really need to be touched by the light so that they can pivot, so that they can come into a higher consciousness and come up with new ways to offer their services that really serve at this time. So there's ways that every business can pivot to really serve in a new way, in a new, more conscious way. So just visualizing every business, maybe even your own, just pivoting in that little bit in a way that, oh, this is how I can offer my light in a new way that works for all. So just really feeling that, sensing that, seeing that light touching all those who need it, all those parents out there that are at their wits' end with their children at home, sending them so much love that they are going to get through this. And of course, sending love to those children who really also right now may need the support because their parents aren't able to really be there and present for them. So just feeling those children being touched. And just allowing any aspect of this light that wants to touch some part of the world, some aspect of our society that really needs the light. We're just sending it out with lots of generosity, just sending the waves out right now with beautiful conscious intention so that blessings happen today, in this moment, now, as this light touches all of those souls out there that need it, and seeing all those beautiful sparkly lights of these souls just lighting up. So I keep seeing all of Mother Earth and all these beautiful souls being touched by the light right now, and they're just like sparkles of light all around the earth as they're being touched by this wave of love we're sending, this wave of compassion, this wave of upliftment and elevation. Just keep sending that beautiful light for this moment, knowing that whatever we send out there with purity of heart comes back to us 1,000-fold and more, so that then we can give it out again in an even bigger way. So just know that we can create these waves that then come back and wash us with blessings. Then we send out more blessing waves that come back and wash us with more blessings. So just know that this is beautiful infinity of light that just comes back to you when you give it generously. So just feeling those waves of blessings, sending them out from your heart, feeling these bigger waves of blessings coming back to you so that you can send out even bigger waves of blessings to the world. This is not a time to move into scarcity. This is a time to really move into a very generous heart. So where your heart has not been generous with yourself or with others, in this moment now, just make the decision. I have a generous heart. I will practice this generosity in the world. Because as I practice this beautiful, generous heart and I share it, more generous heart energy comes back to me as I give more of my generous heart. So seeing that infinity symbol in your mind's eye, in your heart, seeing that everything is connected to everything. There is a statement by Saint Hildegard of Bingen. She was a 11th century mystic saint, and I was part of a group of women who sang her beautiful music. And she has this beautiful quote that she received from the living light, she said. So she was a channel at that time. She didn't call herself that, but she was. And she said, God creates everything in consideration of everything else. God creates everything in consideration of everything else. That is a profound truth. So feel that everything is created in consideration of everything else. And we're being asked to honor that truth as humans on this planet. And we forgot that. We forgot that we were created in consideration of everything else. Animals were created in consideration of everything else. Plants and minerals were created in consideration of everything else. The water, the wind, the air, the elements, all created in consideration of everything else. But somewhere our humanness forgot that. And it's to remind ourselves and bring that back and realize, yes, I was created in consideration of everything else. And I must honor that truth and take my rightful place right here, right now on this earth. So just really owning that, stepping into that, feeling that. It's big. It's big. And it's incredible. And it's an honor and it's sacred. We are all created in consideration of everything else. There is nothing that has not been considered. So really take that in, allow that to work in you in however way it needs to. And I just bless everyone with love and light, sealing all of you in this incredible love and light, saying thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Satnam, Namaste, Alleluia, Amen. All those wonderful words. I hope you all enjoyed this. We invite you to come back next Friday at 1 o'clock for more juiciness and gatherings of light. Let all your friends and family know about this. I'm going to send out a replay. So again, if you aren't on our list, then just message me and I will make sure to send you the replay, and you can send it out and share it with everyone. I'm going to be putting it on YouTube publicly, so you can share it there as well. So we thank you all so much for being a part of this, being a part of the light, sending that light out into the world and making a difference. Your presence makes a difference. So thank you all. And thank you, beautiful light players, for all you do in the world. Much love, everybody. Have a very beautiful, blessed weekend. See you Sunday for those that want to be part of our community constellation. I'll be sending out more information about that as well.
And I will too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you all.